This our house. 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 This house. This our 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 This our house. This our house.
Throw your dubs up.
This our house for the night.
For the night.
If you buy a ticket tonight, it's our house. Son now. Know what I'm talking about?
Know what I'm talking about.
Son now.
Know what I'm talking about.
Best athletic director in the city, in the state. This our house. This our house. This our house. Pack them up and pack them out. Not yet.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
He can take two of them.
He can take two of them.
This our house. We got 2 state titles. What y'all got? What they got? What they got? What they got? We got 2 state titles. They got a regular season game.
Even though I what? Even though I what?
Say what?
That's what you got right there, people.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So what's up, everybody? You know what time it is. It's your boy, the Italian Stallion. Ready to go for Rebels with a Cause. You know what time it is, baby. Wednesday night, it's time for that cause, because it don't stop when the clock hits 0. 2-pair Tate starting us off tonight with that huge upset victory at the doghouse. But you know what? It ain't the doghouse no more. You know whose house it is? It's our house here, baby. 2 years in a row. First time that West has done that since 2011 and 2012, respectively. And as a matter of fact, actually, the 2010 team snuck one back then as well. So realistically, those 3 West teams, 10, 11, and 12, won 3 in a row. And now this group of Rebels have done it 2 times in a row on Bearden's court. That's why it is no longer the doghouse. It is our house, baby. How about it, 2-pair? Got a lot to talk about. I'm going to let you have the floor here in a second. Just got to do some housekeeping business before we get it started.
Got a lot to talk about. A lot
of shout-outs. A lot to talk about. Not too much
Absolutely.
time. Got to bring on the coach.
Absolutely.
The coach is with us tonight because the coach is bringing it as well. But first and foremost, the views and opinions of this program are not affiliated with those of any other organization or of West High School. These are solely the RWAC Crew. That's myself, the Italian Stallion, 2-pair Tate, Brian Tate, and our stats man, the coach himself, Mr. Shane O'Mac. Also, hit that like and subscribe button. Participate in that chat box, baby. Don't be shy. Even the people that don't like us, please bring it. Please bring it, because we love it. We love our lovers. We love our haters. We love everybody in between, because it's Rebels with a Cause. That cause don't stop when the clock hits 0, baby. Want to give some shout outs real quick. You know who they are. If you haven't shown them any love by now, get it going, man. Let them know that Rebels with a Cause sent you over at the chamber. They might get you a discount over there. Take care of all your grooming needs. Give you that royal treatment to make you feel like the king that you are. Also, to a fellow West grad, Mr. 2003 grad, and Mr. Alex Thatcher and his Knoxville Coffee Company. That brew is good any time of the day, and right there off of Sutherland Avenue in the heart of Marble City. Got a big announcement for them, and if you haven't followed them by now, you'll follow them after tonight. Big Facts Sports Network. Follow 332 Studios. 2-pair himself's got a big announcement to make that I'll let him have the floor here shortly. And also, I know he's got a job. He's working, but he can always use some extra cash on the side. If you got any electrical needs, hit up our boy, the coach, Mr. Shane McGee. There's the number. Give him a call. I'm sure he'll find you a spot to make sure you get taken care of more than anything. That being said, 2-pair, what is up, brother? What about that big victory last night against Bearden? Like Muhammad Ali, I said that last time that the next time it'd be a different story. And that was not even knowing that we wouldn't have Mr. Reese Clark back. But it didn't matter. Coach E and the boys went over there to Bearden High School and said, "This is our house, baby." Talk about it, 2-pair. Show me what's going on, brother.
man, if you would have just been in the building for that, like, I don't think people really truly understand what a rivalry game is, because when you get that upset and you let your emotions take over you and you say some profanity words and you can't lose in jest, but you know, you're good at winning when it was time to win the football game, when you beat our Rebels and you gloated and we just shook your hands like it's another day in the office, because we don't lose too many games. We've got championship titles, and we are the school that, you know what I'm saying, your friends want to go to, that your kids want to transfer to. You know what I'm saying? Because the way the radio and way Big Fat Sports Net will be covering all these area high schools, you're going to start seeing a ton of talent this 4 schools right now. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to see a lot of talent dispersed between like 4 schools. You're looking at AE, Fulton, West, and Catholic. You know, and with this Bearden game, I mean, it showed a lot of people like what West can do on the road in a hostile environment. Like, West fans didn't stand up until 1 minute left in the whole game.
What?
That was the first time West stood up.
What?
West thought it was another day in the office.
What? Oh my goodness.
And when you're looking at what's about to happen in Knoxville, yeah. Ridiculous.
It's awesome.
Ridiculous.
Man. It's awesome. It's long overdue, and it's well
deserved. Man, I'm
telling we could do something. So,
you, man,
yeah,
it is
sure.
It's really it is really. It's so
Well, and let me also I want to bring on our co-host and so forth, because he's
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna switch to the backup one.
Are you switching?
I'm just gonna go. I'm already into. I'm just gonna go to our backup camera.
Okay.
See, that's what happened when you're on Big Facts. You got backup cameras now.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
we got backup cameras.
Look at that. Look at that.
So we're going with the backup camera now. Here on Big Facts. Backup camera.
All right.
Hold on. Whoa. That's the first camera. Hit him with the backup camera.
There we go. And then unmute. There we go.
So we went backup camera. I'm about to hit him with this.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Backup camera.
And we got Michael Lynn in the house, by the way. Shout out to his Eagles getting it done in the NFC Championship game. What's up, Mr. Lynn?
Michael Lynn in the building.
Yep. And I'm about to bring on our coach, the Statsman himself. He's unveiling a new background. So show him some love and respect. Check this out. If this ain't a W, it ain't a W. But perfect timing to unveil this. What's up, Coach? What's up, Mr. Shane O'Mac?
What's up, man?
Look at that W, baby. Look at the W.
Look at the dub. Look at that dub, man.
That's awesome, brother. How you been, Shane? How you been? So.
Been good. You know, got the new job going on, keeping me busy. A lot of crash courses, stuff I ain't done in a while, but, you know, good times. Been hitting the gym hard again with the sun, so that's been fun. 20 pounds away from 400 on the bench, so yeah, almost there.
Oh man, that's
Beastin',
huge, bro.
Man. Who said 40 is over the hill, man? That's just a number right there. Listen, look at that beast right there. So, fly Eagles fly, and they better fly in 2 weeks. But according to Mr. Larry Frank and Two Pair, I don't even need to be watching the Super Bowl. It's going to be a three-peat from what I understand. So the refs are in that pocket. I don't know, man.
I need the Eagles to win. I need the Eagles to win.
I'm really leaning. I mean, dude, P. Mahomes, man, and I don't know if. I mean, we're about to witness history. Like, it could really happen.
It could happen.
We're long enough to see the Chiefs become the Patriots, and they've now become. You live long enough to go from the hero to the enemy. They are now the enemy.
Oh, no, if they do this, they'll do something the Patriots never did. So
Yeah.
that's number one.
I mean, we would never have seen this ever happen if they do this. Like, it would be crazy in
I
the
mean, there's
world if
been
they pulled
teams
this
that
off.
have been done 2 out of 3 or 2, and then they failed on the third one or something like that. I mean, in the different decades, but yeah. So
Yeah,
I
it
did
would
laugh
never,
out loud.
never,
40
yeah.
plus is rough. Laugh out loud. It is, brother. It is. It's rough. So you
Man, it
feel it some
really
days,
is.
though, for sure. So
Oh man, my chest was on fire when I got home.
It,
Well, my
it
son's over there,
really
he
is.
was like 40 pounds. I'm like, load another 45 on, load another 45 on, load another 45 on.
well, hey, Michael Lynn already bringing some good facts. Remember, the Eagles stopped Brady once. So yeah, they
We should
did.
done it twice because
Very true.
I was deployed, and it was when it was McNabb and T.O.
Yeah, that's true. That is
That
true.
was what deployment was that? That was my first one, I think.
Mm. Yeah.
That was
No,
in
we're gonna.
2005.
Yeah, it was it back then. Yeah, well, we're going to talk a lot about that. There's so much to talk about and a lot to cover. But first and foremost, want to talk about this game last night. The West boys 64, Bearden 60. Snapped Bearden's 5-game winning streak. Was Bearden's first district loss on the season. Now, what that does is if West can win out, and West has got some tough games left. West still has to play Farragut this Friday night. I hope people show up at West. It's one of the last 2 home games left. Then they got to go on the road next week to William Blount and Hardin Valley, and then they finish up on senior night, Tuesday night, the 11th of February against Maryville. Why that's important is if West can run the table and win all 4 games, and maybe Maryville gets some revenge and beats Bearden on Friday, that would create a tie. Basically, because West has a better record against both Bearden and Maryville with the 3-way tie, West would by default be the district 1 seed when that tournament hits and so forth. So it's all about position seeding. And we talked about this last year. You've got to get that first round bye, win that second one so you can get into the championship and avoid playing Oak Ridge or someone like that in the first round of the region where our season ended last year. So we're kind of where we are at the point where we were last year, 2-pair, when we finished the sweep on Bearden. But last night, Devin Martin and Kevin Jack, they ate, baby. They ate like they've been eating all year. And they scored 39 points between them, 23 for Devin Martin, respectively, and 16 for Kevin Jack. Loved what Coach E said when he was interviewed by 5-Star Preps after the game. He said he left the shooters on the bench. He felt he needed ball handlers, and he went with a lineup of Kalu Fofana, Jalen Hill, had Schuler there just to keep him honest from the wing, had the big guys inside, and damn it, they got it done on the road. I mean, it was just a spectacular victory. I loved watching it on Diamond Clear Media yesterday. I'm sorry I couldn't be in the building. Stallion was dealing with some personal issues, but and I want to give a shout out to my brother 2-pair Tate for helping me out with all that. Guys, Shane, 2-pair, your thoughts on West avenging that loss to Bearden earlier in the season, and did it without Reese Clark. I mean, how big was that?
Man, huge.
It should starting to click now on everything we need to prepping for. I believe it should be a deep playoff run for us.
Should be. They're playing some great ball. This is when you want to be playing your best ball.
The greatest picture ever. We're hanging this picture in the house.
Oh, I love it.
This picture is hanging in the house. Thank you for the backdrop, man. As y'all can see, we've made some upgrades to the slab. We've had to make some accommodations.
I love it.
We're gonna play around with it. Look. We told them that it was our house.
It is our house. It is our house now, not the dog house. Thank you. Our house.
Proudest of the rebels have taken your home.
I'll tell you this.
Like we really stuck it to them. Like we like our fans. I like we did it in a very, a way that you gotta respect, because how in the world does the ball find me? How does the ball find me?
You had that magnet in your pocket, so that's what it was. So
How does the ball find me? Is what I'm saying. Is like I don't know how the ball finds me. It's crazy that the ball found me at the right time, and all I could, do was stand at the middle of the court and said, "This is our house." It
it's
felt
awesome.
good to say. It felt wonderful, and I wish more people that when it Bearden could feel this way.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then we had our buddy Keys, or whatever his name is, that's been there for 30 years thinking he's something important, shooing you off the B or whatever like that.
Oh
So
man, shout out to my man. Shout out to
you
my
know why they
guy.
call him Keys? Because he's got a key ring with all the keys to all the doors at Bearden High School. They call him Keys, man.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking
Man,
He's the keeper, and you were
He's the
infringing on the
keeper.
gate, two-pair, when you were by
Oh,
that.
really?
I'm just glad that my daughter is no longer on
Oh,
the
man.
team at Bearden.
Oh
You know
man.
how hard that would have been for me last night.
And I saw him right there on Diamond Clear Media. They hadn't cut the feed yet, and he's shooing two-pair off the and two-pair's taking
Right.
selfies, throwing up the W on the half court.
Right.
It was so good. Oh my gosh. So,
Right.
woo.
Crazy, man.
Oh, so worth it. So
We-
damn
we've
worth it.
we've come a long way.
Got free Canes yesterday. Bearden got free Canes food yesterday. I want to know how.
They
They
know
got what
somebody
now?
over there. I don't know, man. They
Yeah,
know
my daughter said, "Oh, we had Canes at school." I was like, "What? How did you not get Canes at school?"
right
Mm.
down the street, man. So we get Dead End Barbecue and that stuff, and they get Raising Canes. So, yep. But I like me some Dead End Barbecue. So,
I
yeah.
do. It's not bad, but
Our scoreboard's nicer. So
I miss when Dead End did the National Signing Day
oh
breakfast.
man.
Oh my God!
I just wanted to throw this up there one more time before I get yelled at on Friday.
Hey, you want to see something funny?
Oh, I couldn't help it. So, but
I don't.
no, man, this was
Have
a
you
big
seen
win.
it? Have you seen this? Have you seen you see my picture in the background though?
Yeah.
You see my picture in the background.
Again,
You
here's
see
this.
this?
Here's this to prove real quick one more time.
My favorite photo is still back in your UT announcing days.
Yeah.
Where you got
Mm.
the mic in your hand. That's still my favorite photo.
Oh man, that's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, no, that one is a good one. No, that's a great one.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But this is like one of the greatest photos. This is one of the greatest photos I've ever seen, bro. Like, I look at this motherfucker and I'm like, dude, that fucking happened.
Yep.
Like, that really fucking happened. And it's just wild because I've been at a Bearden game, right? Where one of my best friends, Alex Oliver, almost broke his neck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
I've seen those type of Bearden games. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and we've seen the Bearden games where they whipped us by 40 points too. So we've seen
yeah,
them too.
like
So,
I've seen we witnessed a lot in these times, man. Like, that's one thing I want to tell people is like, this was the Our House game. Like, people will remember that. They'll remember it was like people were saying, man, this is Our House. Yeah, it was the Our House game.
Well, and you know what the other thing too is, like, I hated it like that right away that Bearden was saying that, oh, they were without a key player. We've been without Reese Clark since the Sevier County game, for goodness sake,
County,
you know?
bro.
And we've had to learn how to play. I mean, come on. So yeah. Don't give me that excuse. Don't give me that weak shit.
This would be a lot easier. Like, some of these games, it would be a lot easier because we had everything to fulfill those spots. But the way like Garrett Birch has stepped up, the way Jack Clark has stepped up, the way Robert Schuler is really showing you no one is cool. Robert Schuler on defense.
Oh, he was playing great. Had a few rebounds in that last sequence.
He has locked in.
Yep.
Like, Robert Schuler is locked in. You know what I'm saying? And the Prince has really
Kalu.
Lou. And what about how many rebounds does Malik Wilson get a game? Like, I just want that might for every rebound, there should be a Chick-fil-A sandwich. When Malik Wilson gets a rebound, you should get a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, he played great. I mean, and he has been the de facto third post guy because of it. You
Yeah.
know, like honestly, he really has. And I'm just thrilled with where this team is at. You know, it wasn't looking so great after losing to
Think
Hardin
if they
Valley.
had Dane
but-
Clark though. Think
Oh,
if
if they
had
had
another
Dane
big.
Clark, oh
the
man, that'd be
paper
huge.
boy.
We need the paper boy back. Where is the paper boy?
Though.
Yeah.
Paper boy is going to be one of the best lacrosse players to ever touch East Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
That's
will
a big
be
guy
like,
coming at you. That's a big guy with a
dude,
stick coming at you. So, I
dude.
mean, shoot.
think if he played football.
Oh, I know. He'd be a tall wide receiver. I'd put him at receiver.
Think
Throw
if
it up.
Dane Clark played football.
I don't know how fast he is, but we could put him as a
Man,
possession
look,
guy. Throw it up. See
Dane
what
Clark.
happens.
I want to give a big shout out. Let me give a big shout out to the West High cheer team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They were the reason why West won.
Really?
The cheer team.
Good job, ladies. Good job.
Way
The
to
West
go,
Side
ladies.
cheer team. Let me tell you what else. Let me tell you why. We're gonna give y'all the rundown on how West beat Bearden at Bearden. If y'all want to pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. I'm just sitting back listening. So
All right. So if you're game. So here's what happened. During the game, like I just noticed it was really quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a really quiet start to the game. And Bearden is making a lot of noise and they're chirping and a lot of their players are, talking because they've beaten us. But did they beat us or did we beat ourselves?
I don't know. We missed like 14 free throws that game, it felt like, and lost by 8
At home.
at home.
At home.
Yep.
Lost
First
by
game
8,
without
right?
Reese. Yep. So
You know what I'm saying? And I think they learned a valuable lesson from that game. Like, the thing they learned from that game is you cannot really go into games thinking that it's going to be, a walk in the park, because it's not. And you gotta hit your free throws. You gotta take advantage of the circumstances. And that's why when you watch this game and you watch it in totality, you see where Kalu was the difference maker on the floor with Jalen Hill. You see Kevin Jack making a rebound. You see Malik Wilson hitting clutch free throws, like again and again. Devin hitting clutch free throws. A lot of college coaches were at that game.
it's awesome.
A lot of college coaches were at this game. You know what I'm saying? And then you've got Pellissippi State that was in the house. You got, schools like Rome State, LMU's, like these schools. They're looking for the talent, and that's why it's like right now we have to be covering this, and that's why Friday Night Hoops and what we're doing, it can really happen. And I'm thinking right now it's like this is the best time to get a part of what we got going on for us sports wise, because
sure.
it is really a good time to be. If you're in the sports realm, it is a good time to be in it right now. It is a really good time.
Sounds good to me. Shane, we kind of talked a couple weeks ago just how big of an importance this Bearden game was going to be. The other district teams really hadn't even been, other than us, within almost 15 points of Bearden, other than us losing that first game. They whipped Farragut pretty good. Obviously, the big beat down on Maryville. They handled William Blount and Hardin Valley respectively. And now we get another shot at them, and we make the most of that opportunity. Where does this team need to do when, you still got business to take care of, and there's still a potential of a share of a district regular season and a number 1 seed in the all-important tournament coming up in a couple weeks.
You got to go ahead and basically you celebrated last night with last night's win, and it's back to business today. There's still work to be done. You want to be the best team around here. You've got to play like it for the rest of the way out and make a deep run. That's what you have to do. You're going to get to those district tournaments and those region tournaments and go take care of business to where you are highly up there in the state tournament. So no days off. Work your butt off. Be ready and compete every play.
Two-pair, how important is it the fact that, we did have a little bit of snow, but thank God we didn't really lose any games or have any BS schedule conflicts and multiple games being played in a short time span. They're being spaced out correctly. How vital is that to this team's legs moving forward in these upcoming games?
It is super vital. Just the way how the stuff is playing out, you can get a ton of injuries right now. You really want to play. This is where you're learning a lot about yourselves. You know what I'm saying? This is where you're learning your tendencies, what you like. This is where a team gets better if the team gets better by the season. That's where you see a lot of teams take that next step. You know what I'm saying? And by taking that next step, I think it is very possible that, they can be the ones to do it. And that's why I say, like, watching these guys it's been one of the best. Like, I can't even just fathom what I saw, y'all. Like, it was just one of those wins you will always remember where you were.
Yeah. And it's setting up a potential clash. I mean, there's a lot of basketball that needs to be played, and then obviously there's settings. I mean, Shane, is it possible that we're going to get round 3 in the district tournament, maybe even a round 4 in the region tournament?
I definitely believe so. This kind of reminds me of the way it was with Bearden and Farragut back in 2020 or 2020. Hold on, let me think. 2022, if I remember correctly, they played 4 times between the regular season and the playoffs, or the tournament. Excuse me.
Yep.
I think that series went 2-2, but Bearden ended up winning the ones that counted. That's when they made their state run.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's what it boils down to. I mean, you split with them, and realistically, you have an opportunity. They're in your way again for that district championship, that one that was the only one 25 years ago. So,
if I remember that one correctly, that would have been this would have been the year that Farragut got in a fight with William Blount, all but like 2 players were allowed. They had 2 players on both teams allowed to play.
Yes.
And they had finished out the final bit of the clock. Farragut went on the win, but then turned right back around and played Bearden.
Yep. Yep.
That one was crazy. I remember like I walked in as it was ending. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, a couple of things came from this game, by the way, and I want to give shout outs to 2 incredible players. And we don't hate on this show. We show love when we need to. I want to give a shout out to Natalia Hodge, a Lady Bulldog player. 1,500 career points, baby. And she's only a junior. She's only a junior, so I got to give props to that. I mean, she might even get up to 2,500 next year. I
will say that all the years I've been around Bearden, and between my daughter cheering and just being part of the program over there, probably the best basketball player they've produced.
I mean, they've had some great girl players over the years. Jennifer Jennifer Simpson, comes to mind. They've had some great ones from the '90s.
Ricky Sanders back in the day
Yep.
was a hooper.
Yep.
Man, they had some really good girl scenes back. But
They
Jennifer
really
Simpson was
did.
one of the best.
Jennifer Simpson
Jennifer
was
Simpson
amazing.
was
If you ever
all
watched her back
KIL.
then, 1998, 99, she was unstoppable.
KIL, she
There
was
was Avery
unstoppable.
Bidwell. I think last year was her first year down at Florida State.
Yep.
Or this year, I could be wrong, but she was good. And there was two other girls. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. They were seniors when my daughter was I think it was when she was a freshman. Might have been her sophomore year. But I mean, one went to Tennessee Tech. I think they went to MTSU. And they produced some good girls out there. So
Oh yeah.
That's probably the best women's program in the area.
Oh, without a doubt, and they've been collecting banners the last few years as well.
Yeah,
so.
I mean they went a whole season undefeated, and then partially through the next season went on like a 50-something game win streak
before Farragut finally beat them or what have you. Farragut kind of stole that one. So
yeah, I think they only won 2 games that year. And one was the state title.
Yep. Well, and then the other shout out we got to give is to our own man. I mean, we have praised him all year. He's lived up to the hype. Mr. Devin Martin, 1,000 plus career points as a Rebel. So shout out to him. He has been Mr. Consistent. I mean, let me just tell you this. Any West fan right now, you've got at least 4 more opportunities to catch this guy. 2 at our beloved gymnasium at West High School. Show up and show this man some support. I mean, he has got to be the biggest guy we've ever had in terms of height, and he has lived up to the hype, and he's above the rim. He can shoot it from 3-point range, from the elbow, free throws. I mean, this guy is the rebounds, his defense. I mean, if the refs let us play the way that we can play and so forth, there shouldn't be a team within us. But I don't know, sometimes they like to get whistle happy, and I'm really glad that with the magnitude and the talent of both those teams last night, I was happy to see that the refs let the boys settle it on the court. Nobody was there to see them. They were there to see King Hubbard and Devin Martin throw down last night, and along with everybody else for both teams respectively. So, that's what was going on.
Shout out to King. That's one of my former receivers back when he was in 8th grade. Love that kid. So, shout out to King.
Yeah. But realistically, Devin, the future's so bright for you, bud. Nothing would make me happier for you to bring home that gold ball for us, and definitely some district and region hardware, because that case is very lonely, and it's collecting spider webs because we haven't gotten anything since 2012.
I think this can be the team to do it, and I just feel like it's a certain magic in the air because of it's the 25th anniversary. We're trying to really get a lot of you guys back in the fold.
Yeah, anybody that watches this, if you need to reach out to
Bo Sutton,
tell the names. Yeah, tell the names. I mean, that need that we can't get a hold of, that need to show up, and so that way we can honor you guys properly. Yeah, please.
So let's name the guys off of this team. Colin Carmichael, Tom Carmichael, Stephen Harmon,
Jordan Smith,
Spencer
Childress,
Spencer Davis,
Alton Thompson, Troy Mapp, Michael Morrow, Stuart Oaks. Andy Lane was on that team.
Michael
Maddox, I know, is in Arizona. Michael Maddox was a huge part of that team.
Aaron Kyle and Keith Brown.
Yeah, and Isaac Wilson was on the team too, wasn't he? Or was he? Or he was still a freshman. I think he was still a freshman. So
he was JV.
He was JV still. Okay, gotcha.
Let me.
Was Courtney on varsity?
No, JV and freshman.
Okay,
they all play JV. So JV and freshman was kind of weird because, you know what I'm saying, it really was the JV team my freshman year.
There were just so many of you guys. You guys were really talented. You were that class.
Freshman class. We were the deepest freshman class, and everybody could hoop.
Yep.
Like, it was some real deal hoopers. You know what I'm
And we
saying?
got to get Coach Petco and Coach Lindsay out there to be honored too, because they were the coaches on that team for all levels or
Yeah.
whatever. So
So
yeah,
this is what we trying to do, man. We even trying to get the OGs in the building, like Clark Bowling, the 3-point contest winner for West High, back when it was at the Tommy Bowl. We're trying to get Shad Broyles, trying to get Big O, Brian Durrell,
hey,
Dietrich
you want to know
Elder,
something?
Marquise Tillery.
I
We
would
need some of
love
the
to see.
OGs.
I would love to see Big O in the building because, Wyatt DeRoche
Wyatt
goes to the
DeRoche.
games to support, his basketball brothers, even though the football team is in the stands, So maybe we can get that photo
If
op
we
with
can
Big
get
O
that
and Wyatt
photo,
DeRoche together. So yeah,
man, like
be
Wyatt
awesome.
DeRoche, like shout out to Wyatt DeRoche, shout out to all the West Side Rebels, like that West Side Rebel football team, like you know what I'm saying, Jay
They always
Mills,
show up to support.
Jamari Goins, Yarik, David Drada, Parker Dubon, like the football guys really show out for the basketball guys. Like Jalen Hill has really been playing phenomenal.
That's
Like
awesome.
Jalen Hill has been playing incredible lately.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's putting in another gear.
Well, and that's a good transition. I mean, talk about last Friday night to pair. I unfortunately was out of town on business and missed the game and so forth. But West beat William Blount 60-40, got back on track, winning a home game. What's an interesting thing about this, Shane, and you can chime in on this. They really have been road warriors. They haven't lost a road game all year. The 4 losses, 3 of them are at home, and one of them was on a neutral site at the tournament Christmas game in Sevier County. They have taken it upon themselves to go on other people's court and make it their house. Maryville,
Yeah.
Farragut, Bearden. I mean, I
Yeah.
hate to say it. I don't hate to say it, but William Blount and Hardin Valley, you are
Mhm.
next. So yes,
Definitely.
I mean, you are next.
But did you see did you see the change of the diameter by the way they played? Like I felt the diameter change by the way they played. They really took it up another level.
Yep, they did.
Like they
They
took
did.
it up another level.
They did.
Like,
They did. Yeah.
but in the William Blount game, I think the William Blount game they were kind of going through the motions. That was one of those another big Malik Wilson rebounding games. I just think he's the glue to what we have. And it's like I love the way Coach Eggleston, Coach Woolard, Coach Tyrone Patterson, who's doing phenomenal. Like these are all first year coaches, but they've been around this is showing we got a program.
Mm-hmm. There's a
Like
toughness. There's a toughness there.
How long was Eggleston an assistant coach?
For a long time now, to be honest. I mean, since his kids were there, honestly, since his kids played. So, yeah, I mean.
And you just see he runs this like a college program.
Yep. Yep.
He runs it like a college program. He's
does.
got a cool demeanor. He allows the alumni to, you know what I'm saying, be who we are and know that we're not ever criticizing a program that we help build. Like, no. One thing is like we're trying to get better. We're giving these guys media training for the next level of they're gonna have to explain to the media on what happened at the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and Coach E's done a phenomenal job. I mean, a lot of adversity has had to been faced this year, not having players that maybe you thought you were going to
Name
have.
them.
I mean, you thought that Chris Cowan was going to be on this team. He's now
at
at Carter balling out.
raising hell.
Raising
He is
hell.
balling out. Chris Cowan is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
If we had this guy, like he's one of those guys that that's a guy you need on the championship team.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Keep going down the list.
I mean, let's keep going. You thought you might have a Dane Clark back. He's concentrating on another sport. Can't fault him
And
for
he's
that.
killing it in lacrosse.
You have you had Mike Nelson, who you thought was going to make his way back, and we have him in our prayers of wherever he's at doing his thing. You had a little bit of a setback with Garrett Birch coming off of the surgery and everything, and he's kind of had to learn to get back into things. Then you have Liam Purnell, who's somebody that you were going to be counting on. He had an injury that kind of had his foot in the boot and put him behind the eight ball.
And then Jackson Cantanella.
Cantanella. Yeah.
Yeah.
Him. So you've got that.
I
and
love
then
that kid's game. And you think about what he would have been on this team.
That's what I'm saying. And then the cherry on the top, Reese Clark, who has been an amazing player for West and realistically just a freak way
Reese Clark
to get hurt and it go from a meniscus to a torn knee and so forth. And it's killing him his senior year and so forth like that. And so through all of that and having to learn lineups and things of that nature and experiment, I feel that we have finally turned the corner. And like we've talked about in years past, you want to be playing your best basketball going into February. And we got one more in January, but February is where it counts, honestly. You leave all that stuff behind in, October, November, December. Now January is in the rearview mirror after this Friday, but we need to win on Friday night. And I'm going to tell you this, there's no excuses. There's not going to be any bad snow or anything like that. I mean, show up this Friday night because I don't want to see Dom Van Acker burying threes and beating us for the second straight year on our home floor. And it's going to take each and every one of us, West cheerleaders, the football team, all the other students, us showing up as one West and help our boys to another victory in this district that is a bloodbath, man. It is a tough bloodbath. And Coach E was even saying that you got 3 teams, Maryville, West, and Bearden, practically in the top 10 in the Class 4A, okay? And then, no disrespect to Hardin Valley and Farragut, those are 2 damn good teams as well, honestly. And then William Blount's rebuilding, and they were just the district tournament champion last year, So, I mean, I'm just saying, this is a bloodbath of a district, and every night you're going to get everybody's best shot. And everybody would just love to beat West, especially on their home court. So we need everybody to show up this Friday night so we can do a sweep of Farragut because we split with them last year. We need to sweep them this year, baby. Simple as that.
Yeah, that would be dope.
It'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. So,
it could happen.
For sure. And then next Tuesday night, we need people to go to William Blount. We got to win that one. There are no gimmies, but you got to show up and you got to make it count, baby. So we got to win these next 2. Definitely talk about them next week. And, one thing I do want to do, because I know we wanted to keep this show at an hour and we've got about 18 minutes. I do want to bring up the college basketball right now and so forth, because the Vols and Lady Vols, want to give a shout out to Coach Kim Caldwell, had a beautiful son with her husband. And then this is what a tough lady she is. I mean, she's coaching a week later against the defending back-to-back national champs. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. They came out of the gate a little rough, but I'm going to say this. They fought there till the end, and I wish they would have played that first half the way they played that second half, and maybe they could have knocked off South Carolina. Lady Vols still trying to find their groove. The men, it was heartbreaking to lose Saturday night at Auburn. I thought we had them, guys. I really did. I was watching that game with my boy at the bar, and man, I don't know what happened with the Vols. But then to turn around and lose at home last night,
man,
that sucked. You had to have that.
You gotta win those games.
We went 1 for 10, and they were all threes for a couple minutes. And I don't know if we were still tired from the Auburn game, because that Auburn game was physical.
It was physical. It was. I mean, it was low scoring. It was defense. I mean, so yeah.
It was a brutal game. And I don't know if we were still just beat up from that game, because that was a defensive battle the whole game. But for some reason the shots just aren't falling right now. I don't know what it is. I mean, we're still okay. I'm not overly worried, but we gotta get the shots going.
Yeah,
the looks were there. I would like to see Zakai make a better attempt in that Auburn game. I didn't like where it was at on that final shot where we tried to go up by 1. But and then last night I think our legs were just tired. That might be why the shots weren't falling like they were, because the Auburn game was brutal.
Yeah. Well, and guys, what's your thoughts on this now with these two losses, especially this one to Kentucky? Tennessee's dropped off the one line because they were projected last week, according to Joe Lenardi's bracketology. They were on the one line, being the fourth number one seed, going to Indianapolis via Raleigh, and now they've dropped to the 2 seed in the West region for Iowa State, starting in Cleveland, Ohio. So, I would much rather play in Raleigh that first
Much
round or
rather
whatever,
play in
rather
Raleigh.
than go to damn Cleveland, Ohio. No offense. I mean, you're
Yeah,
talking
no
about,
offense.
Raleigh's 5 hours away. Cleveland is a solid
Mhm.
8 hours. So just keep that in mind.
Roughly,
Now,
yeah.
we travel,
Roughly 8 hours.
but
We do
honestly,
travel.
you want to go to Raleigh. You want to go to Raleigh
Yeah,
and so
you
forth.
want to go to Raleigh.
And in North Carolina now, driving.
Yeah, that's I mean, and realistically, that's going to be a lit tournament bracket once that's
Well,
announced.
if we get
Yeah, it could be.
if we get everything together, finish out the season strong, and make a good run and win the SEC tournament, we could get back into that one line.
Oh yeah. Oh, here's the thing. The SEC, we've talked about this. They're going to get 13 bids. I mean, there's just, I mean,
I think they will.
yeah,
There's going to be a ton of SEC teams in there.
yeah. So,
I mean, over half the conference is in the top 25. So,
yeah, and then Tennessee's got Florida this Saturday, right? Like the revenge game.
yeah, we got revenge for that one.
Yeah, I mean that 30-point beatdown. I mean we gotta hold serve at home, and especially at home, you can't drop another home game. You just can't. So
You cannot
because
drop another
realistically,
home game.
The Vanderbilt game was tough to lose that one. Then you lose to Auburn on the road. You did beat Mississippi State in between there, but then you didn't hold serve against Kentucky. You really needed that game against Kentucky last night. So I mean, but I'm not cause for panic, but it's just like, man, you had 2 winnable games. At least even on the road, as physical as that Auburn game was, you had a chance to beat them. And here's the thing: if the what's his name, player of the year candidate for Auburn that was out for a couple games, Broom.
Yeah.
Broom. Yeah. So my point is that he's kind of working his way back, and he was their whole team. If he don't play, Tennessee wins that going away, man. Honestly, that's something that needs to be acknowledged there.
What Tennessee should have done was exploited the I can't remember who it was. Had that ankle injury in the first half. I don't think we saw him in the second half. But if we had exploited him in the first half, the game would have been different. Because he was limping most of that first half, and then you saw him on the bench wrapped in ice in the second half. Also, just weren't in the game last night. I was watching it, and it's just like me and my best friend Brent. He lives down in Florida, and we text back and forth during all the games, and it's just like the energy in the stadium or not in the arena is just not there.
Do you think it was because of it being a Tuesday night, Shane? I mean, last year the game was on a Saturday and it was senior night when Kentucky came. I mean, I know you can't help it with the schedule and so forth, but man, I would have much rather seen Kentucky, Tennessee play on a Saturday night or something, I mean, honestly. So, but it's just kind of weird. And I was going back and forth between our Bearden game and
midday Saturday game when it came to Kentucky. Like it's like that instead of the night game, it seems like we just play a little bit better on those mid-afternoon games on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion, just from what I've watched over the years, man.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I mean, there's still a lot of basketball to be played, and hopefully we can get out of this shooting slump. As the season progresses, because you still got some big games left. You still got Alabama out there that you haven't played yet, that is in line right now. They've jumped up to the 1 seed because of Tennessee's 2 losses. You look at obviously we mentioned the Florida return game this week. We still got Texas A&M out there. We haven't played them yet, and that's a really good team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that's another top 10 team. So Missouri's up there. They always have a pretty good team. So there's still some games out there that Tennessee's going to have to take care of that are very, very highly competitive games, and then also take care of some of those smaller teams. I think of like what we haven't played South Carolina yet. We haven't played what's their names, LSU, who got beat down tonight by Auburn. So I'm just saying that those games, when we play them, we have got to win those games.
Every game that we have left, with the exception of Oklahoma and South Carolina, is a ranked game.
Wow. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We got top 5 matchup with Florida, top 25 with Missouri, Kentucky, Vandy, Texas A&M. Well, LSU's not ranked. So
LSU, yeah. I knew LSU's. They're
Alabama's 4, Ole Miss is 23, and South Carolina's not ranked.
I mean, that's a hell of a schedule, guys. I mean, my goodness, it's tough.
Yeah, every game that we've played, we
got to win the unranked games, and you got to hold serve at home from now on. Honestly, you have to.
You do.
Yeah, you definitely do. Definitely do.
Man, what a good. This has been a great show, bro.
It has been
good. Now we're good for, like, you know what I'm saying, three where we at on the rock?
We got about 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes left and so forth.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about this. So we've got the Super Bowl matchup for 59, Chiefs and Eagles. Let me talk about this. First off, shout out to Jaden Daniels and the Commanders to get as far as they got or what have you. But Saquon Barkley was not going to let the Eagles lose. So I want to give a shout out to Michael Lynn and his Philadelphia Eagles for getting that.
Man, Saquon Barkley,
Saquon,
like a
baby,
man amongst boys.
Yeah, I mean, he
Saquon
just
Barkley
put him on his back.
Back to Penn State. Saquon Barkley is flourishing being home.
Mm-hmm. He is.
That's what this is. Like,
yep.
He right now is in Pennsylvania lore. If he does this, bro, I'm just being a little devil's advocate, but think if he had 275 yards rushing in the Super Bowl.
I know.
Like, wouldn't that be crazy to see?
I mean, yeah, it'd be nuts. And you might see a Herculean effort like that. And here's the other thing too. I think it's interesting that the game's being played in the dome, Shane, because there's no going to be weather. You know, the atmosphere is going to be insane. The food, the partying, and everything. The media. I mean, this thing is going to be off the chart lit here in a couple of weeks. My question, though, here's my question. My question is this: do the Eagles have a chance against the Chiefs? Because I thought the Bills played a very good game. I think that
overachieved.
Yeah, and here's the thing. No disrespect to the Bills. I've not been ever impressed with the Bills' running game this year. You know, James Cook is not Dalvin Cook. It seems like Josh Allen does a lot of the running for them, along with his arm. Now, maybe Jalen Hurts doesn't have the arm that Josh Allen has, but I don't think the Chiefs have faced a team with the running back like Saquon Barkley, you know, honestly. Like, this is going to be, you know, that Chiefs defense. Can they be physical enough to stop the run and make Jalen Hurts throw? And if that's the case, does, you know, his receivers step up? Because they have kind of been wishy-washy at times when they were really needed. Against fiercer competition during the regular season. Am I saying anything inaccurate there in regards to what the matchups are? I mean, we'll talk more about it next week. I'm just going off of what I saw from this Final Four this past weekend in NFL.
I think we're seeing the two best teams that we thought we would see.
Yeah,
I think they've been the two best teams in football.
Yeah.
And I just think that Buffalo had their chances.
They did. They did.
And there was just poor clock management and poor game management. And I think they got away from what got them there.
Yep.
And that can hurt. You know what I'm saying? That can hurt your team when you get away from what got you there.
Yeah. Shane, what about the controversial spot on the 4th and 1? Do you think that was a first down or not? I mean, look at it objectively. So
I think it was a first down. You had one line judge saying it was. You had another one saying it wasn't. But I mean, I watched. They showed that replay over and over. Even the booth was saying like that's a first down. They say that we all say the NFL is scripted, and sometimes I truly believe it because it's just. I mean, you can't get those calls wrong. And there was enough angles showing that it was a first down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the thing is that, that wasn't even the worst call. A lot of people were talking about that catch that wasn't a catch or what have you, I mean, because here's the thing, even if the Bills get the first down, I mean, I would like to think they at least get 3 points out of that. Tyler Bass has been a hell of a field goal kicker this year for them, so they're at least getting 3. But my question is, do they go down there and even maybe score a touchdown? And that really changes the dynamic of how the Chiefs play that out. And I guess what I'm just saying is the opportunities were there. They just didn't get it done. And that's the frustrating thing about it, honestly. So. But I think the Eagles have as great of a shot as anybody against the Chiefs. I looked at the line and the opening line. I think the Chiefs were a 2.5-point favorite, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how. I'm sure that number is going to fluctuate, but if you jumped on it early, you would have gotten the Eagles at 2.5, or the Chiefs by 2.5, and so forth at this point. But if they get it done, I'll give them props or whatever. I just would like it to be a fair fight if there is something to this refs thing. I don't like to really call it about the refs, but I'm just saying, guys, like, if you're going to do this, you don't need a boost. This team is as talented as they come. Andy Reid coaches. I mean, so, you can't knock him anymore that he can't win the big one, because it's shown he can win the big one. That's all I'm saying. So.
Yeah. How many Super Bowls has he coached now?
5, 6 now, at least 6, because didn't he was with the Eagles back in 2004 when they played the Patriots.
Yeah.
And this is 5 Super Bowls with the Chiefs, so this will be his 6th one.
God.
Yeah.
GOAT status of coach right there.
Yeah. And I mean, so he was known as the guy that couldn't win the big one, but damn it, man, he has shown he can win the big one. Multiple AFC and NFC championships too.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, anyway, great show tonight, guys. Great show. So yeah.
Hey, this might be one of our best shows, but really shout out Austin East, really shout out Fulton Catholic, AE. Like, this is something really big for the city, bro. Like, I want to shout out Skinny, Derek Williams, and Cameron Tatum for starting 94 feet and Big Facts. Like, this is really huge for the city that Atlanta-based companies are saying, Austin East, West, you know what I'm saying? Those are the schools, like Austin East, West, Catholic, and Fulton. And now you got Pellissippi State as a junior college, and we're the first ones in Tennessee to be part of that division. Like, and you think about the Bobby Mays with Bobby Mays Elite. You think about, you know what I'm saying? Just all this, like, it is really, really, really crazy, man. Like, it's wild to even think. Yeah, we still on. Troy Smith said, "Y'all still on?"
No, we finishing up.
We almost finishing up.
We almost done.
Like,
we almost
big
done.
shout out to Derek Skinny Williams, my man Cameron Tatum. Big shout out to Juwan Smith over there at Catholic. You know what I'm saying? That's really huge for them. Greg Caldwell over at Catholic. Jody Wright at Fulton. Like, these are some heavy hitters when you start naming. And in West, like Austin East. Shout out to Austin East. Shout out to Dre over there at Austin East. Like, they have really played well. They have. So, whoever's watching it live or recorded, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Everything. Tell everybody.
Share,
I want 100 subscribers by the end of March. That would be a great birthday present. So
I gotta ask you a question though.
All right.
Since we still doing this show, right?
Yep. Still on.
There is a question that needs to be asked.
Okay.
You know what that question is?
I think I have an idea, but go on ahead and ask it.
This our house. 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 This our house.
We got some Rebels After Dark stuff going on.
This our house. This our house. This our house. This our house. This our house for tonight. I'm sorry. If you buy the ticket tonight, it's our house. One time. Son Lamb. No time out. Son Lamb. Best athletic director in the city.
Does that mean y'all came from the game last night?
This our house.
This is our house.
This our house. Pack them up and pack them out. Not yet.
Pack them up.
He can take two of them.
Two of them.
And we technically have 3, but there's the 2 right behind us.
What they got? What they got? What they got? We got 2 state titles. They got a regular season game.
I love it. Oh, so good. So good. Oh my gosh. It was hiding since we wouldn't stay. No, that ain't true. I hadn't been hiding. I've been sulking, but I've been here. So this finger's naked, baby. It's naked. I'm telling you, it don't feel right. So, real quick, we do have the banquet next Thursday.
Hey,
and
look,
I will be
can
there.
I
For
tell
that,
this real quick though?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Man, look, my man John Focus right now got the hottest song in Atlanta,
Nice.
DC, Alabama. Like, he really put on for the Bay. Like, bruh. And like, I love the fact that Big Fat Sports Network is gonna let us play some of this music on some of these highlights. Like, for real, like, big shout out to Big Bank, big shout out to Scream, big shout out to Cam, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Baby J, big shout out to Cam and Skinny, for real. Like, this is real big that, you know, we all 3 of us, we just came up with a show about West. We wanted to talk about Austinese. We wanted to talk about Catholic. We wanted to talk about Fulton. You know what I'm saying? And it kept building. It kept building. It kept building. And it was like, Big Facts hit me up and was like, can y'all do the Knoxville division? Can y'all show the 4 schools that people won't go to? And I was like, well, we can do more than 4 because it's just right now, I can't hire that many people because West, it take 3 people to do this.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. So, yeah. And we got lives. I mean, we got stuff that comes up. So, you know.
And like, we on what episode tonight? What episode is it?
59. Next week is 60. Next week is episode 60.
We hit episode 60 next week. So, like, it's crazy that, you know what I'm saying, we just came in at the right time. We came in at the right time.
Well, I try to say it as much as possible. Hit that like and subscribe button.
Share,
punch it,
subscribe.
everything. So
comment,
send
share,
it.
subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Repeat.
Hey, you know who's I forgot. George Buster Rhymes. I think his birthday was this week.
Was it really?
Yeah, the former Miami player.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, though.
Yeah.
Like way before we were watching.
Yeah.
Like we didn't get to see him like that.
No, not like that. So
yeah, he was nice.
Wait, I'll tell you this though. We got birthdays coming up, so March is just around the corner, man. We do. So big old 4-1.
Speaking of birthdays,
shout out, Shane. Go for it. Yeah.
Speaking of birthdays, I could give a shout out to my son. He turned 12 on Monday, and then my youngest daughter, my middle child, turns 18 on Sunday.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Man, your wallet's just being used up all over the place, man. You need to.
A brutal 6 weeks between my oldest one was December 19th, then Christmas was 6 days later. My son was Monday, and my daughter It's Sunday. So
Wow. So she's February 2nd.
Yep.
He was January
25th.
25th. Yeah. Okay.
7th. January
6th. Yeah.
27th.
That's right. That's right.
6 days apart.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh
I feel
shit! We gotta get an actual table now. We gotta get somebody to build us a set.
Well,
We
we're
ain't
gonna
got
need
that-
that.
we
We're
got
gonna need
that-
the real game day thing, not the fold up
Man.
table. So we're gonna need
We
like
gonna
a
have to get
real
a real
thing.
table now, man.
Yeah.
We gotta up the ante now.
Yeah.
We gotta get a real table.
Yeah. Hey, where's Preston mine it? We need new shirts. Mine's falling apart. We need new shirts. So
We need new
shoot.
shirts.
We need new shirts. We
You
need
want to
Preston
get P
mine it.
lining on it?
We need to get him on it,
we-
baby. Rebels with
we
a
need
cause.
Black famous tees.
Yes.
Blackfamoustees.com.
Yep.
Hey, make sure y'all say that. Black Famous Tees.
Blackfamoustees.com.
Yeah, and get ready. We got the new radio station, Players Ball Radio. Tonight is gonna be the first episode on IG.
Troy
Players
Smith's to
Ball
get one of those
Radio.
students in wood
I
shop
got
to
the
set it up.
Monotaka lined up. I got John Focus lined up. I got Berserk the Bandit lined up. It is Players Ball Radio. All the players came from far and wide.
That's it. Hey,
From far and wide.
two pair. We need to shout out Romero per Troy and said we got to get those students from wood shop to get it going or what have you, get it set up.
Oh
so
man,
yeah.
shout out to my man Troy Smith, man.
Oh, thank
Shout
you,
out
Troy.
to Troy
Thank you,
Smith.
Michael Lynn.
Hey, we you know what? At the end of this year, we are gonna give out our superlatives of former. We're gonna call it the Troy Smith Award.
The Troy Smith Award.
got
I
it.
like that. I like
the Troy
that.
Smith Award is the MVP. Like
Hell yeah.
this is like the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Yep,
It'll
it's
be
the
the
Troy Smith Award. Damn right.
The Troy Smith Award is the man who is the man of the team. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Shane, you're the
We're
official
gonna have
MacGyver
a
of the
Doug
crew.
Madison
There you
Award.
go. So,
We're gonna have the Doug Madison Award. We're gonna have the Tommy Winton Award. We're gonna have the Sadat Faust Award. Like
nice,
all
I
our,
like that.
you know what I'm saying? All our legends.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a
we gotta have a Jason Day Award.
Fenderson.
We gotta have a Jason Day
Jason
Award.
Day Award.
Jason Day
Jason
Award.
Day.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
So you bet.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
We're gonna have a Boss Avery Graves Award.
There you go.
Like the silent. We gonna set this up. We gonna set this up with all the guys. We're gonna have an AE set too. You know what I'm saying? The Jazz Kimber Award. Who was the deadliest? Or you know what I'm saying? We'll even make a Kimber Twins Award.
Oh,
Who was double trouble? Who was the
double
best
trouble?
duo?
Yeah.
See, we about to build something that's never been done in Knoxville.
Well, the Stallion Award. hey, listen, the Stallion Award will be a bunch of cheese sticks with marinara sauce there. I'll hand it to him or something like that.
Man.
Yeah.
The Stallion.
Maybe a horse.
Award.
Maybe a horse with the flag draped on it or something like that.
The Stallion Award, you know what I'm saying? Because all of us played, and it's funny because we all played different sports. You know what I'm saying?
We have to have some Italian kid there at West walking around slick with his hair back.
We gotta
be some Italian guy there. So
it ain't no Italian kid.
Oh, Sergio Rodriguez. He's got to have Italian in him on the football team. There he is. So yeah, Sergio.
Ain't no. Well, yeah, it could be. I don't know. Hey, we're not dissing the Italians.
I love it. Hey, they respect me. When I walk in that gym, they say Stallion, what's up? Come on now. So
seriously, if we can grow this network and we can get at least, you know what I'm saying, 10 more employees, I think we can expand the Bearden. I think we can expand the Webb, and I think we can expand the Sevier County. Just schools like what we really trying to do. We trying to enhance our student athletes with media training right now, because there's going to be a period where they're going to be getting NIL deals. And we're trying to get that going as well. It's like classes on NIL deals and sponsorships. So we really growing at a high rate.
Hey, Tupper, before you close us out, real quick, to the I don't know if it was a lady or whoever that just shouted out to you and said, "Hey, why isn't there a Bulldogs with a cause? Because it don't sound good." And here, you can write me the check. You can write me the check because I'm going to name your show for you.
Why don't y'all got it? Why ain't that show about the Bulldogs?
Wait. Here, let's keep it quiet. Here, I'm going to write the check because I'm going to name your show for you, Bearden. Are you ready? Bulldogs with a bite. Mic drop.
You just
Close
gave
us
them
out.
Bulldogs with a bite. Damn, that was
There you go.
hard. Hey, I ain't gotta say nothing else. Show over. We'll holler at y'all next week. We holler at y'all next week.
Catch us next week,
good,
baby.
Good night. God bless. Good night. Whatever. God bless and good night.
Go
Yeah.
Rebels. And remember, it's still our house.